Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, no matter where you are, whenever you're watching this. This is Floating in Dreams, and today's video is going to be a review of the Catrice Volumizing Lip Booster lip glosses. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Yes, today we are going to be doing a full review, including all of the swatches on the back of my hand, as well as on my lips of the Catrice Volumizing Lip Boosters. Now, I am a newly converted lover of lip gloss, which means that I never really gave these a try. This line has been around for a while, and I just never dipped my toes into these, and I thought it was high time because I love trying out Essence and Catrice lip lines, and so this is quite new to me. It's a full range of nudie shades, so I think I can show you what these look like on. And in case you're unfamiliar with my channel, hi, my name is Maaike. I live in the Netherlands. I love coming on here to review eyeshadow palettes for you, Essence and Catrice products, and also to get the use out of my makeup. So I know that once I find a couple of favorite shades in this line, they're gonna make its way into my makeup collection, and I would like to get more use out of it for sure. So yeah, Catrice lip glosses, they're new, better than fake lip glosses that were released earlier in the year. I ended up loving, and there's a shade that I kept from it. And this line, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different shades here, as well as one of the extreme lip boosters. This is the one that I'm wearing on my lips today. And this line comes in these extreme lip boosters that have that very strong sort of tinglingly lip boosting kind of quality to it. I believe there's one with like ginger, and there's a chili pepper one. I have the one that I believe has like a pepperminty kind of smell. That's, I believe, what it's called. And this is supposed to have like teeth whitening properties, whatever that means. And then this line also comes with shades. And this is a line that's been around for a while. So when I start calling out shade names, there will be jumps, as they won't be following numerically because some of the shades have been discontinued. I bought the 14 shades I could still get my hands on. I'm not sure what the availability is like in old territories because they discontinue a few shades and then they bring new ones back. This is just what I was able to find on Cosmetic for Less, because that's where I bought these. And yeah, we have everything from like a clear sparkly number to like pretty berry shades, but nothing here is very bright or in your face. It's all like very safe nudie shades, which is why I think it will be interesting to see what these look like against my fair snow angel-like skin that is cool to neutral in its undertone and also quite pigmented lips. This is my natural lip color. I'm not wearing anything save for that lip plumper at the moment. So we can also see what these shades look like and if they do actually anything on my lips. One of the reasons why I didn't love lip gloss at first was because it never really made much of a difference and I could really see my natural lip color coming through. But I have found, especially shades like this is called Mauve in the Berry. Like these My Lips But Better kind of shades, I prefer those in a gloss now than I do a lipstick. So this I have already worn just to test it out, and the formula is incredibly comfortable and I really like it. All of these have that initial tingling sensation, but the shades are less intense than these extreme lip boosters. These stay feeling tingly for a much longer time than the shades do. The shades just have this like peppermint tingly kind of feeling for like the first minute you put it on, and then it disappears and it just feels like this really nice, creamy, rich, comfortable gloss that lasts a few hours, but as with any lip gloss, you do need to reapply these throughout the day. Since we've got 14 shades to chat about, let me just get straight to these shades. So just for completion's sake, so that you know before we move on, this lip booster is just, it's clear. So it's not gonna really show up very well, but just so that we also have that swatch, it's right there. I'm sure if you can see that, but that's what's on my lips right now. And then we are going to be moving on to the next shade here. This is Somebare Over the Rainbow, which looks like a very soft pinky shade, which I don't think is going to show up very well on my lips. And this is what 010 Somebare Over the Rainbow looks like. As you can see, We have a very milky, peachy pink shade, and on me, it just drains me. I'm already pretty pale, and it definitely leaves this milky white film. It's not as intense as I was thinking it would be as I was swatching it on the back of my hand, thankfully. But these kind of shades are never my favorites. But if you don't have a very pigmented lip color and you really like these milky shades, then this may definitely be a good one for you. The next shade is 030 Pink Up the Volume, and it looks like a little bit more peach. Like if you see the two side by side, this is more of like a milky pink, and this is more like a corally peachy pink. And that's what Pink Up the Volume looks like. It's right here. As you can see, it's got a very light hint of pink, but I might as well just put on a clear lip gloss because the shade doesn't do anything for my lips. It definitely sort of just is a clear lip gloss on me. In fact, do I still have it here? It reminds me a lot of this lip oil from Catrice. It's from their powerful glossy lip oil line, and this is in the shade Cherry Blossom Glow. And it's like a similar effect, but I would prefer this product over this one for sure. Next up is 040 Nuts About Mary. And that's what 040 Nuts About Mary looks like. This is, as you can see, compared to everything else, this has a bit more color to it, and that's what I prefer. I can still see my natural lips coming through. It's perhaps a little warmer than what I would normally wear in a lip gloss formula. I prefer something that's a little bit more cool toned. And we actually have, coming up, more brown tone pinks, even more brown tone pinks, and more brown tone pinks. So how different these are all going to be, I'm not entirely sure, but for now, this out of these first four, I think this is the one that does the most for me, but it is a bit warm toned for my complexion. Next up is a clear sparkly one, number 070, So What If I'm Crazy? And this is number 070, So What If I'm Crazy? As you can see, it's clear. It doesn't do much of anything else. It has like a holographic sort of pinky gold sort of sparkle, but I don't see that really on my lips. Also not really in the swatch. Doesn't really show up. So whether you're using one of the lip boosters, if you truly want that lip plumping effect, then that may be better than going for something like this. However, those sparkles do make your lips look extra juicy. I do find that this makes my lips look the most hydrating from all of the options I've shown you so far. Next up is a shade that I think I'll love. This is 080 Lost in the Rosewoods. And indeed, Lost in the Rosewoods, which is 080, it's right here. It looks very brown in the tube, but then when I swatch it, you can see that has like a grayish lavender sort of vibe to it. So it's more like a mauve-y shade, and it's very cool toned. I really like this one. This is one that I'm going to definitely keep separately here off to the side because I don't want to lose that one. That one definitely needs to go into my collection because something like this with a more smoky look is exactly what I want. And then we have another brown tone nude, 090, The Power of Nude. So this is, I think, what they classify as a true nude, which looks a bit warm toned. We'll see. And that's 090 Power of Nude. And how dark this looks in the tube, I find it looks a lot more milky once you swatch it. And also when it goes onto my lips, I feel it just has a bit of a lighter base. It's sort of like, you know, if you add a bit of milk to your coffee, I find it looks a bit like that, and that's never my favorite kind of lipstick shade to begin with. If you have a warm undertone, this looks really stunning, and also if your lips are a little less pigmented, this is going to be great for you. Shade 100, Meet Me at Coral Bay. And that's Meet Me at Coral Bay. And I think we're now getting into the shades of it. The first couple ones were definitely much more sheer compared to this. As you can see, it has a lot more of a base color to it. It's a really pretty sort of like popsicle kind of shade for the summertime. It definitely does something more for my lips than some of the other shades did. It definitely complements it quite well for the summertime, and if you love a gloss, this may be very pretty. It's not a shade that I would go to all the time though, because I feel for me, this only goes with certain looks. 110, Mauvin the Berry, is another one that I have pegged as one of my favorites. So if I put it next to Lost in the Rosewood, which you can just see that this is far more brown tone than this is, and I have already worn it, so I know I like it. This is truly my lips but better. Like, this is my actual lip color, but then it's just going to look a little bit more plumped and hydrated and a little bit more evened out, which I love. And that's what 110 Mauvin the Berry looks like. You can see here that it has quite a strong plummy undertone, which is what I have naturally going on in my lips. And this just goes to show that a nude is different for everyone. It doesn't just depend on your skin tone and undertone of your skin, but also what your lips are giving you naturally. Because I have quite pigmented lips, I just found that I need to wear more like darker nude shades for it to look like a nude on me. So that's why I do really love this shade. So this is another one that I'm going to leave off to the side, and that's going to be added to the collection for sure. 120 is Coffee Shot. This is what Coffee Shot looks like on me. It's very sort of like milky again. It's a bit like, again, coffee with a lot of milk running through it. It's like a milky brownish pink. It's far too light for me. It's concealer lips in a gloss, because you can see that now my lips have pretty much gone the shade of my skin color, and it looks like I've got no lips at all, which is why this is not a good look for me. This very much reminds me of like 2009 when everybody was doing this. So yeah, if you do like that look, or if you like a gloss for like a lighter accent in the middle of your lip, then this may be nice. It just doesn't really go with my aesthetic. 130 is Sucker for Rose. And this is what Sucker for Rose looks like on me. It's like a rosy pink. As you can see from how these apply, like the higher the number, the later they were released. And they are turning more into like lip lacquers. These have much more pigment to them. They are still glossy because they still have that high shine. But these definitely have more of a shade to them than some of the other shades. So I do think that depending on what you prefer, this shade, like this line of lip gloss, can cater to a lot of people, because if like me and you like a gloss to be more full on color, they have that, but they also have the sheerer, more like whimsical, ethereal kind of things that are definitely not going to do anything too offensive in your makeup look. So yeah, but yeah, Sucker for Rose is definitely more of a lip lacquer, I feel, than a lip gloss. 140 Rosewood Hills. I have a type, I know. This is another one that I have pegged as one that I might like. Not sure though, because it sort of falls into that dusty rose category, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it. And that's 040 Rosewood Hills. It's right here. You can see it's a little bit more brown toned, bit more peachy, warm, also than Sucker for Rose. It works, but I don't know, like my natural lip color is coming through quite strongly, I feel, if I look at it in my mirror right here. Can't really see that in a viewfinder. So I thought this was going to be more in the line of the other two shades, that it would be a bit more mauve toned, a bit more cool toned. So for me, this is a bit too peachy, a bit too warm toned, not perfect. So this is not going to be held separately for adding to my collection. Next up is 150 Everyone's Nude. And this is what 150 Everyone Nudes looks like on me. Again, quite warm toned. It is lighter than my lips and it's too peachy. So for me, this isn't perfect. But again, if you like a good like nude gloss, I can see why they've dubbed this Everyone's Nude. But because this is the kind of nude lip gloss that you see a lot of people apply. If they do like a nude lip and then apply a gloss on top, this is definitely that kind of color that you see everybody using. Not my shade, but I think this can be very flattering on a lot of different people. 090 Ice Baby, and I'm very curious to see what this will do. This is what Ice Baby looks like. It's clear, but it's very sort of like milky pink in the bottle, so I thought it was going to be like very stark of a contrast against my lips. Luckily it's not. I like this a lot better than I thought it would. Like in terms of like a sheer gloss that just you can top over everything, I think this may be pretty. And this formula feels different. It feels much creamier than the previous ones that I've swatched. This feels much more balmy and like rich and almost like it's got a butter to it, like a buttery sort of sensation, which maybe because this is 190 and it's one of the last ones that they did, they may have dabbled a little bit with the formula actually here. This feels very comfortable on the lips. I do have to say though, that now that I've put so many of these on back to back, I can no longer even feel my lips anymore because of that tingling sensation. I think I'm going to need like a full day to recover and feel my lips again. But yeah, everything for the channel, right? Lastly, we have 200 Every Berry's Darling. This is what 200 Every Berry's Darling looks like, but I hadn't expected it to be so sheer compared to everything else. Like you can just see that some of these have a lot of pigmentation to them, whereas others have barely any pigment to them. So depending on what you like, there are different things here. And this is also a bit more sticky. Like I can really sort of feel my lips sort of sticking together. And for a shade that's called Every Berry's Darling, I don't find it that berry. It just looks peachy on me. Like it pulls very peachy, which I had not expected. So yeah, there are two shades here that I love. The Love in the Rosewoods and Mauve in the Berry. Those two shades I'm definitely going to get more use out of. The other ones I just wanted to show you for the sake of this video. So I really hope you enjoyed watching today's video, that this was helpful for you, that you got something out of it. So please give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more by me. I will have a blog post going live the same day this video goes up, where you can see all of the swatches and close-up over on the blog, so I'll make sure to put that link in the description box as well. Forgot to say that in my intro. But yeah, then without further ado, thank you so very much for being here today. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more by me. I make several videos a week, so hope you'd like to stay tuned for more, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care everybody, bye bye!